Questions, by the way, before we start? After we've started?
How long is this going to take?
I don't know. An hour? 45 minutes?
Okay.
I'm keeping score, though. All right, so let's go ahead and do the little thing. That was the other thing I wanted to tell you.
Here, before we get started, let me get another drink. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I should do that too.
All right, well, good thing we didn't start the broadcast. Oh, wait. That would be the one thing that we did do. JJ, your picture is really good this time. What happened the other week?
It's a long story, basically. I'm using free Wi-Fi. I've been arguing with my my landlord for over a month, claiming that our bandwidth was shit, and they kept saying, hey, nobody else is complaining. I can't see what the problem is, until finally somebody else complained, I guess, and now our bandwidth's been pretty good for about a week and a half.
Oh, great.
There we go.
All right, let me know whenever you're ready.
I'm good.
Ready.
Ron's ready. The Curtis is flying through the air. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start the theme. Well, I don't really have theme music yet, but I'll just play one of the old Unique Geek ones. So here we go.
There's one. That's done.
Hi, I'm Jay. This is my hetero life mate, Solid Bob.
Inconceivable! Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
And welcome to the Unique Geek Game Show. Yes, the game show. The game show that points do matter, I guess, as opposed to other game shows where the points don't. I am your host, John, and joining me tonight from... Well, let's go ahead and bring this up here. Let's see if this is working at all. Okay. From the website of Doom, Mr. J.J. Hawkins. J.J. Hawkins, how are you doing?
Hello, I'm doing real well, thank you.
Great. From iPod to iPad, Mr. Carey, the most dangerous man in podcasting.
Good evening. The world's a beautiful place.
From the Unique Geek, we have the one, the only, Serve. Serve, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. And from Conjure, the Conjure can think. Well, hold on, Ron can probably explain. Ron, how you doing?
Doing well. Were you talking about Conjure? A convention in Orlando, Florida, August 1st through the 3rd.
I might.
Website, www.conjureflorida.com. Is that what you're talking about?
Not yet. Was that conjureflorida.com? How do you spell that?
CONJUREFLOR. Oh wait, you took it away. I can't spell. So it's Conjure. It's the word Conjure and the word Florida.com.
All right, so while we're at it, JJ, the website of Doom, right? The website of Doom, THE website of Doom.
Yep. If you don't put in the you'll get to a website that that was purchased before ours, but nobody has ever used.
That's frustrating, isn't it?
Yes.
Incredibly frustrating. And Carrie is at iPod to iPad.wordpress.com, right?
That is correct.
All right, so tonight we're going to play a little game. This is a pilot episode, so if we're a little rusty or we don't know what the hell's going on, it's because of that. The first game tonight, I was just about to ready to take another drink. Okay, thanks. Good theme song, good. The first game we're going to play is... What is it?
Contestants! Oh,
this episode brought to you by the letter D. All right, so we're going to start with Carrie because he rolled a 20. Carrie did. And starting with the letter D, going from Carrie to JJ to Serve to Ron, and then back around to Carrie. We're going to name as many Marvel characters as we can, starting with the letter D. If you can't think of one, you're out. All right, so starting with Carrie, go.
The most obvious one, Daredevil.
JJ.
D-Man.
Serve.
Dr. Doom.
What a double D. Wow. Ron.
That's right, baby.
Ron. Ron.
Joke.
Ron is out. Ron is
What's
out.
a comic book?
Ron is out already. All right, so Carrie.
You know, I had one on my mind just a second ago. And I
So
can't
what
think
is
of
it?
It just fell right out of my head.
It would help.
Yeah, he stole my thunder with D-Man a second ago.
That's what I was going to go with.
Dennis Dunphy on people. Can I use the guy's name instead of his character name?
Sure. JJ. Well, what character was he? Just to make
That was
sure.
D-Man. D-Man's actual name.
Oh,
Dennis
okay.
Dunphy.
Never mind. No, because I didn't know that. No. Back up. You have to figure out somebody else.
Has to be a character.
How about Darkseid?
You're not looking it up, are you?
No, I'm looking at my bulldog
Darkseid-
right down here.
Isn't Darkseid a DC character?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
All right, you're out as well. Okay.
Well, they did a crossover.
Sure. Okay. Oh, no, I'll let it slide then. Okay.
It's a scientific fact. Whiskey makes you smarter.
Dragon Man.
Okay. Serve.
Dr. Druid.
Jesus. Oh, I know one. Okay, go on. JJ. JJ.
Doctor Strange.
That was the one I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
the clear other side of that. I believe Dinosaur Boy.
Oh.
Oh no, I think you're confusing him with Moon Boy. There's Devil Dinosaur and Moon Boy.
Boy. Yeah, it's Devil Dinosaur.
That Carrie just gave me.
All right. Sure. Okay, JJ, your turn.
Oh fuck.
Thought he was.
Desire to Think guy.
Actually, I have a couple on you.
Yeah,
Oh shit.
I've got one ready.
See, now that I'm on
Okay,
the spot,
sir.
I can think of all kinds of them.
Serve.
Dr. Octopus.
Oh. Anybody got any more?
Destiny.
Yeah.
Oh.
Any more? How about Dazzler?
Domino.
I forced Dazzler out of my consciousness.
All right, we're going to give that round to JJ. Sure, why not?
What?
Yes, we're giving it to JJ. You get 10 points for that, JJ. All right, so our
Next
next...
bonus points for naming the only Marvel character I'm aware of that's died of a heart attack.
No one said Deadpool. How sad is that?
Oh, my God, how did we miss that?
Holy shit.
Ron, how did you miss Deadpool? Ron,
Hello.
how did you miss Deadpool?
That drunk and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
I didn't know there would be math involved.
Oh, there's math later. Okay. What are you doing? What are you looking at, Ron?
I don't know.
It's like a cat.
I'm tired.
All right. Our next game is Geek News. So each of this is for 5 points each. We'll start with JJ, since he won the last round, with this question. The official name for the latest Henry Cavill vehicle is now titled what?
Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Absolutely correct, sir. So the question here I have about that is, how come Batman's getting top billing? Especially given that it's Ben Affleck, of all people.
Because
man feels
Batman
like that.
always seems to make money. Even the terrible Bat Nipples movies made some money.
Soon to be eclipsed by Batfleck.
Do you think? Oh, really? Do you think that that's going to be worse than Batman and Robin?
Oh yeah. This is going to be like day-old garbage left out in the sun.
I'm willing to give it a shot.
I'm not.
JJ, I'm sure that you guys have talked about it over on Mars Needs Podcasts,
Yes.
which can be found at the website of Doom. What was your guys' take on Ben Affleck being cast as Batman?
My feeling is that the movie is going to suck. It won't. I don't think it's going to be Affleck's fault, but I think he's going to take a lot of the heat for it. I think Affleck will probably be okay as Batman.
Well, he was okay in Daredevil, and that movie still could not have been much worse.
The director's cut wasn't that bad, if you ignore the seesaw scene, because that was just dumb.
It
All right, so
didn't hold up as much as I wanted it to. I defended that movie for a long time, and it didn't hold up when I watched it recently, and critiqued it. But I think that he has become a fairly good actor in recent years. He's probably been a good actor, but didn't have to. And if you look at even the work he did in Hollywoodland and since then, I think he has the ability to be a damn fine Batman. The movie is they're so lost with Man of Steel. I don't see how they can pull it back.
So you reviewed it on your drive-in podcast?
Yeah, Drive-In of Doom.
Yeah, we're getting all sorts of plugs in for JJ. All right, so this next question is for Serve. Serve.
Sir.
There we go. The internet just recently blew up through a giant-sized freakout when Edgar Wright recently left the Ant-Man project after 8 years. Who is replacing Edgar as director?
Well, these days J.J. Abrams is in everything, so it must be him.
I don't think so.
Oh.
And you know what? I actually don't have the answer.
Fantastic. So I won.
Who knows? I'm sure
I-
JJ or Carrie
Have
knows.
they actually, well, I was going to ask, have they actually settled on someone? Because last time I had read, there was someone rumored to take his place, but
Yeah,
it hadn't been confirmed.
Adam McKay is doing a script doctoring, and the guy who's directing it is the guy who directed Bring It On, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
They were talking about rewriting the script and almost starting from scratch.
Peyton Reed is his name, by the way. Peyton Reed? P-E... How do you say that? P-E-Y-T-O-N?
Peyton, I believe, like
Okay.
Peyton Manning.
So yeah, he is famous. All of his the movies that he has done is the 1997 version of The Love Bug.
With Bruce Campbell.
Well, okay, sure.
Right.
And let's see.
I find it fitting that Lindsay Lohan starred in The Love Bug.
Then we also have, as JJ mentioned, Bring It On, and The Breakup. Yes, man.
Oh, The Breakup. That's where you got to see Jennifer Aniston's tatas.
Oh, did we? The only thing that seems to have any saving graces for him is that he actually directed several episodes, like I think 12 or so episodes of the Upright Citizens Brigade, and he's been directed and wrote on Mr. Show with Bob and David and Bob and David.
Well, that definitely reinforces the concept that they're going to do it very tongue-in-cheek. This will be a comedic take on a superhero genre movie.
Irredeemable Ant-Man.
Got Paul Rudd in it, so that's kind of direction they were going just by that casting.
They did say, was it Paul Feige? Feige? Who's not that guy? The head of Marvel Studios right now.
Kevin Feige.
Kevin. Paul, that is somebody else. Anyway, he did say that they are doing some rewrites, but they're keeping the spirit of Edgar's script. So,
Meaning there's a guy in it that shrinks.
Or he still gets a small piece of it somehow on his exit.
that's probably true. All right, so this next question is for Ron. Ron.
Pay attention.
The director for the Star Wars Episode 8 has been announced. Who is that?
That would be the director who is known as...
Are you looking this up on the web?
Samuel L. Jackson.
No, I know that's not J.J. Abrams because he's doing the other producing thing.
Abrams is doing 7.
7 of 9?
Yes, what is it?
That would be Tom Cruise. I don't know. There was another rumor he was doing something like that.
Well, actually, there was a rumor that he was supposed to take over Harrison Ford's thing, wasn't he? Wasn't there? Something like that?
Harrison Ford is
incapacitated. Ryan Johnson, director of and writer of Looper and.
Oh yeah, I heard of him.
So, whoa, what was that? Somebody's blowing up over there. All right, so Looper. So it's interesting that they would pick him and his other projects. I'm looking it up right now. fairly fairly dark. I mean, they're a little more science fiction-y than
More science fiction than Star Wars? Is that what you were going to say?
more dark than Star Wars. I guess is really not what I should be saying. I'm looking up his other credits now.
He did Brick too, didn't he?
Yes, I believe so.
This means somehow Joseph Gordon-Levitt's going to make it into Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what somebody else had mentioned, that it inevitably means that you will get. What do you think? Would he play a Jedi or a?
I think he's got to play a Jedi.
With that jaw, he's got to play a Jedi. I mean, he's like fucking
He's just
chiseled out of marble.
He's the kind of celebrity that, I see him interviewed and stuff on late night talk shows, and I'm like, he could just kind of hang out with you and just kind of be your friend.
He does seem very relaxed and cool, and he does some great work though too.
I don't know. Out of all the characters I've ever seen in Star Wars movies, the guys with the most chiseled chins have always been the commanders of Imperial Starcraft.
Yeah, the only problem is he's not British.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a problem for him. All right, this last question goes to Carrie. Carrie, let's see, what do we got here? The Netflix Daredevil series has cast its critical female role. Who is she? Who's playing the female role?
Oh, who's playing the female? I can't even tell you who the female role is.
Well,
It's got to be Elektra, right?
Well, they really haven't said if it's Elektra. Anybody else know?
It's,
Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, Rosario Dawson. That's correct. And there she is for all of you guys to see.
And
Probably going to play her
Make that
as
full screen,
blind
yeah.
girlfriend.
Did you need some material, sir? You're awfully quick on that. Make that full screen.
Just want to see what she looks like. See what the next Elektra is.
She was in Clerks 2. Probably most of us would know her from that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Sin City. And Sin City.
What about Sin City 2?
I think Alexander. Wasn't she also in Alexander? Don't ask me if I know that.
She was actually what Dawson's Creek was based on.
Pro tip.
The rumor is that she won't be playing Elektra. She'll be playing somebody from Bendis's run. She was his blind girlfriend for a while, but I can't remember the character's name.
Or they've decided to make Froggy Nelson a woman.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She looks like a Froggy.
Well, they say that. What did they say? They said that she plays a critical role in, and she's trying to heal Hell's Kitchen. Which I don't know what the hell that means. Maybe she's a.
She's gonna play Daredevil's nun mom.
Or she's going to show up with a really big Band-Aid.
All right, so that concludes this round. Let's see what the scores are real quick. Let me switch this out here. All right, so for that round, I have Ron getting 2 points, Carrie getting 2 points, Serve getting 3, and JJ getting 5. Currently, JJ is running away with it with 15 points.
He really is. He's outpacing us.
Yes, he is.
I have no life. I just podcast, apparently.
Science.
All right, so our next game is science. Pretty much like the last round, except with science questions. So the first, let's go with let's see, I can't remember how difficult the first one is. So let's start with Carrie. Okay. Carrie's a smart guy, anyway. Jupiter. Oh, this is really easy. Jupiter's experiencing a shrinkage of what?
Well, it's because space is so cold. Is it the shrinkage of the red dot?
Yeah, the giant eye. The giant eye has actually been shrinking.
Which is a colossal hurricane.
Yeah.
Global warming.
It's global warming on whatchamacallit?
Jupiter.
Jupiter, yes, that planet. Let's see. I had some actual notes on this, and that's why I was pulling this up here. Let's see. So, yeah, the historic observations go back to the late 1800s, and let's see. Back then, it was about 41,000 kilometers, and now it's at 23,000 kilometers. So,
I've seen it estimated that hurricane has been going for about 10,000 years.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty insane. All right, so next question. It's science. We don't have much to banter about that. So the next question goes to Serve. Sure, why not? Recently, Congress has warned that this will occur in our lifetime.
Shrinkage.
I'm going to honestly answer global climate change, and I'm going to jokingly answer legalize marijuana.
Neither of which are correct, though.
Son of a...
Anybody else got any guesses?
Peace.
Peace? No, not in our lifetime.
A Congress that works?
Rise of the Machines.
None of those are actually correct. We'll go with they were informed by SETI on May 24th that we will encounter alien life in our lifetime. They have a close to 100% chance that will happen. That's at least what SETI is saying. So, they're never wrong. Oops, where are we going?
They have giant computer arrays and
smart stuff. Smart people working.
Satellite dishes listening everywhere, just like the NSA.
Don't give computers that strong to hippies, man.
Come on, man. You get that many Tandy computers in one spot, something good is bound to happen.
All right, Ron, this one's for you. There we go. According to the founder of the Creation Museum in Kentucky, a dinosaur fossil discovered in Colorado is proof of what?
Noah's flood.
It's sad that you actually knew that. Yes, that is correct. You actually get bonus points for knowing that.
It wasn't.
Actually, I take away points for you knowing that.
Right.
Heathens.
All right, so yeah, he believes that. I guess they've already set up a whatchamacallit, display that has this old Allosaurus there, and he's basically saying that proves that because it's in such good condition that it was around during Noah's flood. So, of course, that's how that works.
And they're still looking for the saddle.
Bonus points for Carrie. All right, and last question will go to Mr. JJ. JJ, you haven't answered one yet, right? No, you did. It's Carrie. No, you haven't. No, Jerry. JJ. Yeah.
It's my turn to fail at science.
All right. According to the folks at MIT, how could your car benefit from golf balls?
I'm gonna say we should put dents on all of our cars, so that way we're not as attached to them.
Well, yes, you are actually correct, but not the attached part. Yeah, they've discovered that the flight of a golf ball actually, because of its dimples, it actually at lower speeds flies further because of the dimples, and then as you go faster, you would need to you smooth out and you get better wind reaction thingies because that's what science does. And yeah, that's
wind resistance.
Right. Yeah, that thing. But they discovered that by basically examining golf balls, and so they figured out that they're now working on a material that will change shape on your car. The faster you go, the smoother it gets, and then as you slow down, that way you get better gas mileage.
I thought they found that out with Shirley Temple parasailing. Temples.
Ba-dum-bum.
It also means that old people on motorcycles get better gas mileage, I suppose.
Actually, no, they get worse because of the basset hound flapping.
How good of gas mileage?
Not the really old, middle-aged people on motorcycles.
That's our age.
Older than us, middle-aged.
Boy, he's having to dig deep to get out of that.
All right, let's see. What do we got going here? The next game we have is. Oh wait, hold on. I'm gonna do the scores real quick.
Yeah, I know. It's like everybody lost that round.
Actually, Ron lost points for that, so he's now at -1. Kerry got bonus points, so he's actually got 14 points that round, so he's at 16.
Whoa.
Serve got 3 points, so he's at 6. And JJ got another 5 points. Sure, why not? Now he's at 20.
But Carrie's closing in.
All right, so our next game is called Prepare to be Boarded. What I did is I combed the internets for lively conversations on the comments section of popular sites, and everyone gets to play. So the first question is, over on GameFAQs.com this week, during a discussion on what constitutes a deal from the new Xbox Deals with Gold program, this occurred. The posters had a reasonable exchange of ideas. B, someone claimed murder can be a deal. C, a comparison was made between Microsoft and Nazis. Or D, the price of an Xbox Gold Pass was compared to adult entertainment websites. Let's start with Carrie. What's your guess?
Oh, good God, they're all so good. You know, God, it's so hard to pick between Nazis and adult entertainment.
That's not the first time you've said that, I take it.
Sadly, no. If there was only some way we could meld the two.
The Germans have, I believe. You go to YouPorn. Never mind.
You know, I'm just going to go with D because I want it to be true.
All right. JJ, your guess.
I am going to swing wild just because the internet has enough Nazi comments and enough porn comments. I'm just going to say that murder can be a deal because that's just fucked up.
Okay. Serve.
I'll take the Nazis, John.
Of course you will. And Ron?
I'm with JJ on the murder can be a deal.
All right. The correct answer is yes. They compared murder to being a deal. The actual quote went something like this. Well, given the fact that if I hold a gun to your head and give you a choice between doing something horrible or dying, something horrible could be a deal. So that's how they compared Xbox Gold to.
It's terrible.
It is. It's awful. All right. Meanwhile, over on Reddit.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom.
An inspirational story of a paralyzed man moving his bionic enhanced hand with just his mind led to this. A discussion around the possibility of data-like Android life. B, thoughts on how this tech could aid Harrison Ford. C, a rant on the movie Pacific Rim. D, a theory being floated that this type of thing, this is the type of thing that the Nazis would do. JJ, let's start with you.
Okay, Edwin Robo, who did you say was starting?
Oh, JJ, you are.
Okay. Let's see. I'm going to guess. Nobody talks about Pacific Rim. And I'm still going to stay away from the Nazis. So I'm going to say that since Harrison Ford just probably went for Harrison.
So you're saying Harrison Ford. Thoughts on how this tech could aid Harrison Ford's current
Yeah, Harrison Ford, because he's going to need a new ankle.
All right. Serve, you.
I am going to say it's a rant on the movie Pacific Rim. Because, like JJ said, no one talks about Pacific Rim, so this is like the only place that this guy could bring up the topic and invent it just in a chat room window. So I'm going to say Pacific Rim.
Okay, Ron?
I'm going with Pacific Rim. Because it was about controlling the machines with their brains.
All right. Carrie?
I've got to be contrarian. It wasn't Nazis last time, so it can't be Nazis this time.
It's a lot of policy there, but
let's go with Android stuff.
Okay, so you're thinking it could be the data thing, data-like Android stuff. The actual correct answer is a rant on Pacific Rim, and here's Here's the actual conversation. The guy was actually happy that someone brought up Pacific Rim because every effing time this movie is mentioned, yet you never see the explanation as to why. A, they don't want to spill more alien blood than necessary. B, the sword wasn't there until they retrofit Gypsy. And C, the dude didn't know about it. And he went on and on and on about how Pacific Rim was so screwed up because it did not do this. And this was, of course, a nice, heartwarming story about a man who actually was able to, they put some bionics and put a chip in his head, and he's actually been able to control his hand. He's been paralyzed for a good part of his life, and he's been able to control his hand, his actual hand, not a bionic hand. I mean, there's bionics in there, but with his mind, and not having to control anything else, not moving his eyes or anything like that, just with his mind. So it's actually pretty cool.
The surprising thing is that it was a Pringles chip in his head. Don't know why it worked.
So, was there an opportunity in this thread? I'm going to assume that some troll somewhere made the jump to the fact that now that he can move his hand on his own, that he can masturbate himself.
I didn't read that far down. There's a very good possibility that happened.
Got to have been there, and I was waiting for that one to show up as part of the answers.
And it was Reddit, so that is very possible.
And if it's a robo hand, he might not even have to wait to do the stranger.
That's right.
Combo starting
Oh,
at
what
just
the heck?
$6. Hurry in and try our new Santa Fe chicken
Who's advertising?
delicious bacon ranch, served with fries and your choice of soup or salad. Chili's lunch combo.
Apparently, some window in the background just decided to start playing a random ad. Why not? You're welcome.
That word brought to our sponsors.
You're welcome, Chili's. All right, so last one.
Yes, that's right. Chili's. Enjoy your heartburn.
Over on Slashdot, a post about the CERN Large Hadron Collider led one of the commenters to A, make a your mama joke, B, start a rant on the ethics of big science, C, compare particle research to llama farming. That's what I said. And D, claim that the LHC is run by Nazis.
Okay, before we start, I want to lodge a formal protest because the comments threads in Slashdot are so nested that it's impossible to read all of them.
So you get to. All right. So we'll start with Serve then. Serve, your answer.
I'm gonna say
You are so freaking nested. It took me forever to find something out there. Anyway, go ahead.
made a your mama joke.
Ron?
I'm going with the ethics of big science. Big science. That was a really one.
Carrie, how about you?
You know, again, I'm going to have to choose llama farming just because I want it to be true.
And all right, well, we all want certain things to be true. So, and last but not least, JJ.
Fuzzy. So fuzzy.
You know, this is our one chance to make a run of it, so why not? Third time's the charm on Nazis.
All right, the correct answer is A. They made him a your mama joke. Here is how the transaction occurred. Some commenter said, later this year, the CERN Collider will work for the first time at 100% power. Perhaps we will meet God at last. And then somebody wrote, and then the new 100-kilometer in diameter collider can be constructed at CERN. And then somebody corrected that person, saying that would be 100-kilometer circumference, not diameter. And then, of course, an anonymous coward said, yeah, you know, like your mom. Well, very well done, Slashdot. Never disappoint.
Oh, well done.
Oh boy! All right, so that was the end of that game. Let's go ahead and pull this thing up over here so we get the right shot. All right. Let's see. Ron got let's say. Where's my pencil? We'll say Ron got 16 points for getting something correct, and then he got -10 for being wrong. JJ got -5 points that time. Surprisingly, not so good. Serve got 10 points, and Carrie got we'll say 12 points. All right, so let's see, what do we got? We got Carrie at 28, Serve at 16, Ron at well, that's 3, so it's 9 at 9, and JJ at 15. Carrie's pulled out to lead somehow. All right, our next game is called the FU game. This is based roughly on the
Wouldn't it be the Foo game?
Foo. Oh, sure. Except the FU sounds a lot more funny. It's comedy.
Oh, FU.
Exactly. This is based roughly on the improv game. Fortunately, unfortunately, I'm going to give the contestants a topic, and we'll start randomly with one of them, and they can start with either fortunately or unfortunately. I don't care which one, and then we'll work around the corner. We'll work around, go round robin until everyone's eliminated. All right. So our first. Yes, until everyone's eliminated. Our first question is, or first seed, if you will, is Harrison Ford was recently injured on the set of J.J. Abrams' Star Wars. We'll start with J.J. because it has J.J. in the name. J.J.
Fortunately, he didn't feel it because he was high as hell.
Serve.
Unfortunately, he wasn't in Washington State where marijuana is legal, though.
Ron.
Fortunately, he's not that important in the movie. I don't know.
Carrie. I'll let that one slide this time.
Let's see.
I'm going to have to buzz you, Carrie.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm drawing a blank here.
JJ, unfortunately to you.
Unfortunately for the fans because they love Han Solo.
Serve, fortunately.
But fortunately for AARP, they have a badass action hero as their cover boy next month.
Ron, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that now means that there will be a special collector's edition action figure of Han Solo with gimp foot.
JJ, fortunately.
Fortunately, the prices on those will go through the roof and put my kids through college.
Unfortunately, sir.
Unfortunately, those kids will not finish college.
Fortunately, Ron.
Because the aliens that inevitably will come in our lifetime will have come from Star Wars. And
Okay, so Ron's out. JJ, fortunately.
Wait, so they won't finish college? Fortunately, they won't finish college. It costs too much in the United protest.
Wait a second. I only heard part of that.
I only heard part of it too. Do that again, JJ.
Okay. Fortunately, it'll be a protest because college costs too much in the United States.
Wow, getting a little political. Serb, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, they still don't have college degrees.
Fortunately, JJ, let's go back and forth about the JJ's imaginary kids. Go on.
Fortunately, they don't need it to work at McDonald's.
Oh, Serb.
Unfortunately, I don't know. I got nothing.
JJ wins! Yay! All right, yeah, JJ wins. So, yeah, Harrison Ford broke his... Now, I don't know if you followed the reporting on this, but of course you did. At first, he was crushed. Then it was his ankle, and now it's his leg.
Well, considering his age, it should have been his hip.
And he was also injured on the set of the Millennium Falcon, apparently. That's at least what they were saying.
What's a Millennium Falcon?
You haven't heard of the Millennium Falcon? A ship that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs?
Isn't parsecs a measure of distance?
That's enough out of you, boy.
I just want someone to put that in the movie. I'm sure George Lucas would if he could.
A parsec is a unit of sci-fi.
It's actually an award that none of us will ever have.
Boom, boom, boom.
All right, our next seed, and we'll start with Carrie this time. Game of Thrones' 5th season just ended. Boy, did it. And the last season of True Blood has just begun. You can start with unfortunately or fortunately, Carrie.
Let's see. Let me read this again. Game of Thrones' 5th season just ended. Last season of True Blood has just begun. Fortunately, it is the last season of True Blood.
Very good. JJ.
Unfortunately, that means Anna Paquin's free to do lots more shitty X-Men movies.
Serve. Nice one, JJ.
Fortunately, Days of Futures Past was not terrible.
Unfortunately, Ron. Oh, where'd Ron go? Oh, there he is.
What? Where did I go?
He disappeared behind a wall on my picture, on my computer thingy. Go on.
Unfortunately, they will probably catch up on the TV series of Game of Thrones through the books, and then have to make up weird stuff, and like True Blood did, and have a villain named Warlow.
That was unfortunately, right? Fortunately?
Yeah.
Carrie?
Unfortunately, the sex and nudity on Game of Thrones is a lot more interesting.
JJ?
Fortunately, oh fuck! I thought we were okay. I'm out.
You thought we were unfortunately or unfortunately?
Yeah, I was. My brain went with the opposite.
All right.
So we're on fortunately?
I sure.
Okay.
I've been drinking.
Fortunately, there is a lot of nudity to go around on Game of Thrones, and most of it is at least worth looking at.
I don't know, guys. It sure does seem to be a whole lot of wieners in that show. You know,
Wiener, 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 wiener. Fucking wiener.
Ron, unfortunately.
Oh, we're still doing this? Wait, am I fortunately? Or
Unfortunately, we're still doing this, yes.
Fortunately...
Unfortunately!
Wait, unfortunately?
Yes! Or fortunately, I don't know. All right, Carrie's our winner.
I don't know.
Fortunately, that's the end.
All right, let me make a little mental note here on this particular game. All right, so after that round, let's see. JJ, for blowing his mind, he gets 15 points. Ron gets -2. Then he gets +5.
For wearing a veil. Is that a burqa? What are you wearing, Ron?
What are you?
A thing that goes in a drawer to
To cover your panties?
keep your silverware from touching the drawers. I don't know.
Okay, Serve gets 10 points, so he's up to 26 points, and Carrie gets, let's say, 7 points. Sure, why not? That's 35. So after that round, we have Carrie at 35, Serve at 26, Ron at 12, and JJ at 30. All right, let's see. Where do we go next? What is it next?
Get those nerds! Nerds!
That was
All right,
ogre.
This round is called Sports Talk. Sports Talk. All of you guys should be great at Sports Talk.
I think Carrie and I have at least a
Unfair advantage.
moderate
All right,
sports.
buzz in by yelling your name as soon as you know the answer to this question. As you know, the LA Kings won the Stanley Cup this year. When was the last time they won the Cup?
Serve.
LA Kings.
Serve. Okay.
I'm going to say it was 2012.
That is correct, sir. Yes, 2012. All right, there's nothing to talk about here other than the LA Kings won it before. Next question. Here we go.
The Blackhawks won last year.
That wasn't the question, though, JJ.
I know. I'm just saying I did know something, kind of almost.
The U.S. soccer team just played a match against Portugal in the World Cup. What was the final score?
It's Ron. It is 0-1.
That is incorrect.
Yeah, JJ. It was
Serve.
2-2.
What's that? JJ?
Sorry.
Yeah, JJ, let him answer.
I'm sorry, say it again.
It was a 2-2, like ballet.
I believe that is correct, sir. Yeah, the final score was 2-2. Actually, I got to double check that and make sure I got the right game.
Yeah, because it was Germany that was 1-0.
Yeah, 2. Yeah, they tied it, which actually, and then Portugal. Then anyway, as a bonus, what is Portugal's main export?
Portuguese.
Anyone else?
I will guess olive oil.
Port.
That is vaguely racist and incorrect.
Damn.
Ron? Any guesses?
I'm gonna go with barley.
And Carrie, any guesses?
How about port?
Port. None of those are actually correct. The actual correct answer is refined petroleum, and then cars and vehicle parts. But then the interesting part, leather footwear. Leather footwear is their fourth most exported item.
And all of those would be made in Portugal and referred to as Portuguese petrol, Portuguese cars, and Portuguese shoes.
Good point. You get 10 points. All right, writing that down. 10 points to JJ for correcting my incorrect assumptions.
If I didn't need this mic, I'd drop it.
Let's see, where are we at? Pulling this thing up here. All right, let's see. We got one more question on this area? Nope. We're to our final round. I know you guys are all relieved about that. Called ramming speed. Ramming speed. This is where, let's see, well, we got to do the final score, the scores from the last round, because this is where everyone can catch up. And it's going to be a fast, exciting round here. Sure it will.
As opposed to the description.
And it does not imply pulling your pants down.
It's not rimming speed, it's ramming speed.
Yeah.
All right, Carrie got a point in that last round, so he's up to 36. Serve got 10 points, he's up to 36. Let's see. Ron surprisingly got 24 points. That makes him up to 36. And let's see, JJ got 10 points, so that gives him a 40. So we have a three-way tie at 36 and JJ at 40. So,
close match.
Let's see, I'm going to roll the dice here. Carrie gets first choice. Of one of these topics, you can choose. I've got the answers or the questions right here on these cards.
Let's do
which one do you want to do?
Tom Cruise.
All right, so you got a choice between Tom Cruise, James Bond, Star Trek, and DC Comics, and you have chosen Tom Cruise. Let me find that. Okay. Let me get our timer up. Oops, where is my timer? Timer.
Get it up, John.
I'm trying to get it up.
The answer is Oprah.
Oprah. Okay, so you're gonna have
Oprah's couch.
You're gonna have 1 minute to. Yep, there we go. And put this up here. If I can drag this up here, go up there. All right. Well, just trust me. It's 1 minute. You'll have 1 minute to answer these questions. And let's see if I can find it. There we go. Okay. So start our timer. This is working out really well, John. All right, and the time will start after my first question. There are 11 questions in this category. You can get all 11 in the minute or not. Oh, there is something I should point out. You can pass on any question that does not involve a number. But if you have one that gets the question that has a number, we will play it like the little man going up and down the
Price is Right.
Higher, lower,
exactly. Until you get the right answer. So the time starts after this. This is for Carrie. Tom Cruise has appeared in how many films that were nominated for Best Picture Oscar?
4.
Correct. How tall is Tom Cruise?
5'6".
Higher.
5'7".
Correct. Number of action figures that are made from his likeness?
Action figures?
Yes, number of action figures that were made from his likeness?
10.
Lower.
6.
Lower.
3.
Lower.
1.
Lower.
None.
Correct. Who directed Minority Report?
James Gandolfini.
Incorrect. Steven Spielberg. Who worked with Spielberg? He worked with Spielberg again in what sci-fi film?
Spielberg. I don't know.
War of the Worlds. Excuse me. In Millions, What was Edge of Tomorrow's domestic opening weekend?
It was about 40 million?
Lower.
About 35?
Lower.
30?
Lower. You get to finish this question.
28?
Correct. 28 million. Edge of Tomorrow's domestic opening weekend was 28.7 million to be exact.
I know it came in second.
Yeah, it came in second. It came in second several times, actually. Unfortunately.
That's what she said.
Nice one, Ron. Oh, hey, there we go. Oh, that's what I was looking for. Oh, not that way. There we go. No! Go. Screw you, Windows 8. No! Go full screen, you jerk. All right, never mind. Let's see. All right, let's go to, let's see. Serve, you're going to go next. Oh, by the way, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, wait. 1, 2. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 questions right at 5 points each. That's 20 points. All right, so JJ, serve. Out of the remaining categories.
I'm going to take James Bond. Dr. Jen and I have recently watched every James Bond movie. It's a project we started back in January, but since January we've watched all the James Bond movies.
All right. Well, we'll see if it pays off then. Here we go. Time will start after my first question is read.
Okay.
Who is the creator of James Bond?
Ian Fleming.
Time will start now. There we go. What is the title of the second James Bond novel?
Diamonds Are Forever?
Nope. Live and Let Die. Where was Ian Fleming's estate Goldeneye located?
Jamaica?
Correct. How many times has Sean Connery played Bond?
6.
Higher.
7.
Correct. Never Say Never Again was based on what novel?
Thunderball?
Correct. How many Eon-produced Bond films are there?
Just 1.
Higher.
2.
Higher.
5.
Higher.
10.
Higher.
12.
Higher.
18.
Higher.
22.
Higher.
50.
Lower.
20. No, already 22 needed higher. 27.
Lower.
26.
Lower.
25.
Lower.
24.
Lower.
23.
Correct. All right.
Good grief.
You
I'm out of time.
You went from 20. Don't you know the logistics between on Price is Right? You never go that far ahead.
Right.
Or you'd start dividing things in half.
Yeah.
So you get the right one. All right. So you got let's see. You actually got 5 questions. That's 25 points.
You got some hard ones too. I was impressed.
All right. Let's see, Ron. You get the next choice. Let's see. Of what we have left up there, let's see. You've got Star Trek or DC Comics. Which do you want?
Star Trek.
All right. You've basically just given this game to JJ. All right. Let's see.
Nicely played, Ron.
It's all your fault. We blame you.
I know all about Star Trek. This is my Star Saber. Star Trek.
Actually, on the video, that looks like a huge dildo.
Bendy went at that.
All right, so your time will start after I read the first question. Okay. How many Star Trek films has William Shatner appeared in?
That would be 8.
Lower.
6.
Higher.
7.
Correct. In Star Trek 4, who is George and Gracie?
They are the whales.
That's correct. How many Federation Constitution-class starships were there during Captain Kirk's original 5-year mission?
2.
Higher.
4.
Higher.
7.
Higher.
23.
Lower.
14.
Lower.
10.
Higher.
13.
Lower.
12.
Correct. A test without any chance of success is known as?
Kobayashi Maru.
Okay, in Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, how many actors played the role of Spock?
3,
Higher.
4,
Higher.
7,
Lower.
5.
Correct. Before the JJ series reboot, what Star Trek film was the highest grossing?
The First Contact.
That is correct. First Contact was the oh, you actually got all of them. You got 6 questions correct. That's for 30 points there, Ron. 30 points to you. The remainder of the questions for that one, by the way, is anyone want to take a guess at, in millions, how much did First Contact gross domestically on opening weekend?
37 million.
Lower.
36 million.
Lower.
35,909,000. I don't
Lower.
care.
30. It was 30 million. Okay, so that was that one. So the last category, the only category left for JJ, is DC Comics.
I am a Marvel guy, so this could be kind of hard.
Oh well, actually, you might have saved the game there, Ron. You might have actually won this game. By the way, Ron is in the lead now with 65 points. Do you want to mention your that con thing you're doing again, Ron?
Nah.
RonCon?
Yeah, me. I'm talking like ConjureFlorida.com.
Oh, yes, I've heard of that. It's supposed to be good.
When
Yeah,
is
so
that? Does anybody know when that's going to be?
I think it's August 1st through the 3rd, 2014.
Whereabouts, though?
In Orlando, Florida, right across from Universal Studios.
Well, that's interesting.
August
right.
in Florida sounds beautiful.
Well, you're in. That's why you go to the hotel inside.
That's why it's being held inside.
Yes.
All right, so JJ, this is your chance. You currently are losing by 25 points. You need at least 5 to tie, 6 to win.
Okay.
All right. Your time starts after I ask the first question. In millions, what was the total domestic gross for 2011's Green Lantern?
100 million.
Higher.
121.
Lower.
110.
Higher.
112.
Higher.
113.
Higher.
114.
Higher.
115.
Higher.
116.
Correct. Who played Carol Ferris in Green Lantern?
The chick with the spot on her face. What is her name? Oh, fuck. Blake Lively.
That's correct. And percentage points, what is Rotten Tomatoes audience rating for Catwoman?
5.
Higher.
10.
Higher.
15.
Lower.
14.
Correct. In the 1997 movie Steel, who played John Henry Irons?
Shaq.
What is the Rotten Tomato audience rating for Supergirl?
Supergirl. 20.
Higher.
30.
Lower.
25.
Higher.
26.
Correct. Who played Batman in the 1997 Batman and Robin film?
George Clooney.
That is correct. And with that, you got 6 correct. Wow. All right, so let me tally the points. That's 6, so that's 30 points. That leaves our final score for tonight at, let's see, Carrie has 50. Serve has 60. Is that right? 35 plus 25 is 60, right? Or 30. Oh, wait, that's a 1. Sorry. 51 and 61. And let's see, 36 plus 30 is 66. And Carrie excuse me, not Carrie. JJ. Carrie's won. JJ wins with 70 points. 70 points. Congratulations, JJ. How do you feel?
Like James Brown, I feel good.
Well, I kind of knew he would.
Ron, how do you feel about having victory stolen away from you?
Very violated. Like the last season of True Blood.
All right, guys. Thank you again. Let's go around the horn again one more time and plug our particular things. Carrie, what do you got going on?
Basically just an awful lot of work. I don't have an awful lot of things going on in my blog right now, since this is kind of a dead period between WWDC and Apple releasing all of their hardware in September. So we're in kind of a holding pattern as far as that's concerned.
Now, do you actually think there will be an iPhone? Do you think there'll be a watch?
Yes, I do. There will be a watch. There will be 2 models of iPhone. There's the 4.7-inch and the 5.5-inch dinner plate model. There will be several different Mac updates. The thing I'm really holding out for is an update to the Apple TV, which there's not a lot of evidence for, but I'm really hoping for because of the Kindle Fire, their Kindle Fire TV, which has expanded it to gaming, and some changes to what was Google TV is now Android TV, which is also trying to mirror that. So it's an industry trend, and I've relied on Apple TV for almost 3 years now for all of my media. I've been a cable cutter for a while now. Great experience, but I would love to see them expand it.
Cool. And, of course, Kerry is the most dangerous man in podcasting, and he can be found over at iPod2iPad.wordpress.com. JJ, what do you got going on?
I talk into microphones when anybody will let me, and it's usually on the website of Doom.
And what podcast do you have out there in case someone wants to subscribe?
Well, there's Mars Needs
Because
Podcast.
everyone wants to subscribe, not in case. Everyone should.
Yeah, in case, whatever. There's no offense. No, but it's Mars News Podcast is the one I've been doing for about 5 years now. And then for the past about 2 years, our friend Aaron Fever and I have been watching comic book movies, both good and bad, and trying to, you can call it a commentary, but basically we're just talking, we're speaking of the film until we get distracted and talk about what we had for lunch.
And that can also be found over at the website of Doom, the THE website of Doom.com. Sir, what do you got going on?
On occasion, John and Lee from Need Coffee, we will do a podcast on drinking, specifically beer drinking. It's called Bitches Brew, and episode number 2 is up right now at Need Coffee, and John and I also appear on Need Coffee's Weekend Justice podcast, and I think we're going to be at Dragon Con, is that right?
I plan to be there, yes. Okay, well, so there's Dragon Con, and you, of course, can go to needcoffee.com. That's needcoffee.com. And last but not least, Ron. Ron, what do you got going on?
I think I may have already mentioned Conjure. Maybe did I? I don't know.
No. What is that again? Who will be appearing at Conjure currently? Who is scheduled to appear at least?
We have Joel Hodgson from Mystery Science Theater, creator of that, and Mark Shepard, who is Crowley, the King of Hell in Supernatural, who's also on Battlestar Galactica.
Lee likes to call him the little black dress of sci-fi because he fits anywhere.
Okay, there's that. We picked up Nicholas Brendan, who was Xander and Buffy. Kelly Hugh, who was in X-Men 2. She was on Arrow recently, and was also on Phineas and Ferb.
Yeah, nice. She on Arrow, she played the head of the Yakuza, right?
China White. So it was kind of a mixed. I think it was the Triads, actually. Yeah.
Triads. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. I get all my Asian gangs.
Stop! Quit it! Stop when you're ahead. Just.
What do you mean? Okay, I'm sorry. The Pacific Islanders? No, they're not Pacific Islanders.
She was Miss Hawaii.
Oh well, I didn't say that. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? So they can buy. Right now, you get a deal going on where if you get a hotel room, you get a free ticket, right?
Yeah. For each night you get at the hotel, which we've got a rate for $99 there. Then you get a free pass for all 3 days. So 2 people chip in for 2 nights of rooms. They can both come in for free. We've got a lot of gaming. We're just in negotiations with having some LAN gaming and possible consoles. We're doing quiz shows, a Celebrities Against Humanity, Cards Against Humanity with celebrities.
That'd be fun.
Improv, a whole lot of crazy, wacky things.
And think about it, you could turn this into a vacation getaway, because if there's anything going on at the con that you're not interested in, there's one of the largest, best theme parks in the world right there, right close by.
Yeah.
Yeah, Legoland is not too far from there. All right, Ron. So that's a Conjure. What the hell was that?
It's a bird outside my window.
Oh,
you live in the tropics? That sounded like something.
Well, he lives in Portland.
I live across town from you, dude.
Well, apparently you live in the tropical part.
The tropical part of Portland.
Portland. Yeah. All right. Until next time, I'm John, and thank you again, Carrie, JJ, Serve, and Ron. And by the way, conjureflorida.com if you're looking for that stuff. So until next time, peace.